صاحب مشاة الحمودي الزراعية. بصراحة يعني رحلة مريحة وممتعة جدا 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 مع الملكية، شيء لا يوصف يعني قديش بنروح نيجي ونسافر ونطلع، بس أريح من هالرحلة بحياتي ما شفت بصراحة. احنا شاكرين جدا 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 لكم على هالرحلة المريحة جدا، ويا ريت انه تستمر الخطوط الملكية بهيك امور باستمرار، تعزز خطوطها، تعطي بدل الرحلة ورحلتين وثلاثة واربعة، لأن راح يصير عليها اقبال شديد جدا بعد هاي الرحلة، ونتمنى لكم كل التوفيق.
تاجر ألبسة، مبروك للملكية الأردنية، لطيران الملكية الأردنية. أول رحلة لكوانزو، أنا حبيت إني أطلع أول رحلة لكوانزو لأنه 21 الشهر. أنا مبسوط كثير كثير للملكية لأنه صارت توصل على كوانزو وكثير مريحة، خدمات 10 نجوم مش 5 نجوم، 10 نجوم من الخدمات من كل شيء، طيارة مريحة، الشباب مبسوطين، تجار كثير فيها ما شاء الله، حتى كمان في تايلانديين صينيين. الطيارة فل، خدمات 10 نجوم، أسعار التذاكر ما شاء الله يعني هابطة عن التذاكر الثانية. وبالنسبة لنا للأردن يعني بدل ما نطلع بنص الليل نطلع مثلا ترانزيت 5-6 ساعات في مطارات ثانية. طبعا أنا طلعت طبعا من داري الساعة 12:30 بالليل، والطيارة 3 ساعات 200، ومرتاح كثير كثير مع الملكية، وإن شاء الله تضل هيك في الاستمرار وفي تقدم.
สายการบินรอยัลจอร์แดนเนี่ยที่เปิดไฟล์บินเป็นปฐมฤกษ์บินจากกรุงเทพไปกวางเจานะครับ
وكان معنا طاقم الفيرست اوفيسر ماهر قواقزي ورئيس الموظفين محمد إشحادي. نحتفل اليوم بوصول أول رحلة من الملكية الأردنية إلى مطار غوانزو الدولي. نتمنى أن يكون هذا الخط مبشر بإذن الله، ونبارك للملكية الأردنية بوصول أول رحلة إلى مطار غوانزو الدولي. شكرا.
Dear media friends, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. 我是广东广播电视台的主持人罗丽婷，非常欢迎大家来到皇家约旦航空广州首航的新闻发布会。I'm Michelle from Guangzhou Radio and Television, and on behalf of Royal Jordan, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to all of you present at the conference. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, from today's onwards, we will officially announce the inaugural of the direct flight between Amman to Guangzhou. And that would be 3 weekly flights on every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And being the 3rd largest city in China and the largest in the southern central region of China, Guangzhou will be Royal Jordan's 2nd Chinese destination. The new route will be bound to serve the active trade and business between Jordan and China. Okay, first of all, please allow me to introduce the guests on the stage. 他们是皇家约旦航空首席商务官 Majidi Sabri 博士 Dr. Majidi Sabri, Chief Official of Commerce. Welcome. 皇家约旦航空联盟及机队网络规划总监 Basma Majali 女士 Welcome, Ms. Basma Majali, Head of Fleet, Network Planning and Alliances. 皇家约旦航空市场总监 Anwar Atala 先生 Mr. Anwar Atala, Head of Marketing, welcome. 皇家约旦航空媒体企业传讯以及企业社会责任执行助理 Basel Kinali. Welcome, Mr. Basel Kinali, Executive Assistant of Media and Corporate Communication and CSR. 还有呢，我们的 Des Air 主席欧德强先生 Mr. Duncan O, Chairman of Des Air. Welcome. On this very special occasion, let's give the warmest welcome to Dr. Majidi Sabri to greet all the guests and deliver the welcome speech on behalf of Royal Jordan. Thank you.
Especially welcome the chairman of XR, our GSA in this part of the world, and welcome all media members from China and from Jordan who accompanied us on the flight. And we are really happy to be here on this very special occasion of connecting Amman to Guangzhou in a regular direct flight for the first time. Guangzhou will be, or is actually, our 2nd destination in China. It is the 5th destination in this part of the world after Hong Kong, Bangkok, Kuala Lumpur, and Jakarta. Actually, flying to Guangzhou was really a dream for both RJ and Jordanian businessmen who were actually going through an intermediate point, enjoy the comfort of a direct flight between Amman and Guangzhou. Via Bangkok, we will be glad to increase the frequency as the traffic develops and meet the passengers' demand. Guangzhou will be operated by us A330. Both aircraft also have a huge cargo capacity, which is an advantage to businessmen traveling between the two countries. Adding Guangzhou to our strategy, especially after producing the first 5 new Boeing 787 aircraft in 2014, and now we will have 2 more joining the fleet in all possible ways, as well as our partners in the Jordanian tourism sector, the Jordan Tourism Board in particular, and our colleagues, the travel agents both in Jordan and in Guangzhou, in order to improve tourism traffic between the two countries. Guangzhou is very well known as an attractive touristic city. On the other hand, Jordan boasts distinguished archaeological sites that exert a great attraction on tourists, especially Petra, Dead Sea, Aqaba, and the Roman monuments. Adding to that, Jordan's mild weather all year around. Economically, I would like to point out that His Majesty, and this was really a very special occasion. His Majesty opened the Jordanian pavilion in the expo, and this was an open Silk Road spirit that would connect the two countries together, and for the Jordanian economy, as it revitalized the commercial and economic ties with China, which has one of the largest economies in the world. The Arab countries and China amounted to over $240 billion in 2015. Jordan has some exports to China, like potash. Our main imports from China are furniture, toys, electrical appliances, plastic, chemical products, and cement and cotton. The value of the current Chinese investment in Jordan amount to $394 million. Benefited from the investment promotion law of the Jordanian government amounted to $93.5 million in December 2013, all in clothing, electronic and electrical industry. On the margins of the second China-Arab States Expo in 2015, Memorandum of Understanding and agreements were signed to set up Chinese investments at the value of $7 billion in the industries of energy, railways, and industrial cities. Finally, on behalf of my colleagues in Royal Jordanian and on behalf of our GSA,
Nothing to add to Dr. Majdi's speech, just to thank you very much again, our guests, the Chinese media representatives and the Jordanian media who accompanied us from Amman to attend this press conference and to prepare the proper coverage to this significant event in Royal Jordanian's history. In the press kits that were distributed to you, you can find the Royal Jordanian's profile and the official press release and some high-resolution photos. If you have any questions, Dr. Majdi will be glad to answer you after we watch the Royal Jordanian's video now. Thank you.
Okay, let's now take a look at a video which will give a review of the history of Royal Jordania. Okay, next now the Q&A section begins. Okay, if you have any questions, then please raise your hand. Then we will see you. Please raise your hand. OK， 那边
好，现在我注意到我们那个新的航线有经停曼谷，我想问一下，我们接下来的计划里面有没有直航广州，取消经停直航广州的计划？
Fly from Amman to Guangzhou, but with a stopover in Bangkok. So compared with other Middle East counterparts, that would be a direct flight between the countries to Guangzhou. So whether there would be any plan to cancel the stopover in Bangkok and then like providing the direct flight services from Amman to Guangzhou, from Guangzhou to Amman. Okay, the second question is whether Royal Jordanian has any plan to boost the promotion here in South China.
Guangzhou. Of course, the current direct service, although it stops in Bangkok, but it is only 1 hour stop, and the passengers remain on board, and then they continue their journey to Guangzhou. We are waiting for the time when the traffic builds up, then we will separate the two routes completely from each other. We would like to do that as soon as possible, of course. As for the second question, which is about the promotion of Royal Jordanian
In Southern China.
in South China, we do have plans with our GSAs in China to promote Royal Jordanian and its services in this region, and we believe that the initial results that we are having are really very encouraging. I'm pleased to say that our first flight came full, it departed full as well. And we hope that this trend will continue in order really to enable us to really separate the two flights from each other.
的话呢，我们也会根据一个乘客的一个吞吐量吧。
The Doha, what's your advantage of Amman? Since many persons transfer to Europe where Middle East, what's your advantage? Thank you.
The question was about what is so special about Amman, since you have been served by direct services to Cairo, Doha, etc. Actually, Amman is situated in the center of the Levant area, which includes countries that are mainly, you have Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq, and Palestine. Those countries are not served by direct services to Guangzhou. And Amman, for many people in those countries, is considered as a take-off point, a convenient place to depart from. So Amman actually is filling a gap in the route network of the Middle East area and in the routes between Guangzhou and the Middle East. Amman also is a place where we have a new airport which has been opened, a new terminal actually, which has been opened 3 years ago, and it has excellent facilities. So in fact, in addition to people who are destined to Amman, people also can transit through Amman to Europe, to the United States, to elsewhere in the region also, to other destinations in the region where RJ has a very strong network within the Levant area. Actually, one more thing, with the new airport terminal, Amman becomes very attractive for transit passengers because with the new terminal it's not congested as the case in other airports in the region. So that is another advantage.
那么坐飞机来说，用户体验很重要。我想问一下
of Royal Jordanian, because compared with other Middle East flights, they can provide the text message, or they can enjoy the spa service, or they have the youngest crew on board. So we would love to know what is the selling point of Royal Jordanian.
Okay, first of all, our hospitable service is well known to our passengers. They know exactly what to expect and what to get in terms of service. The other thing is that we have been around for a long time. Actually, this is our 53rd year of operation. So we are more than 50 years old. We have certain traditions in our service that makes us special. We take care of our passengers. I know that other airlines take care of their passengers, but also we have also special attention for our passengers. And this has been going on continuously. Now we have a major project to boost the passenger experience in Royal Jordanian, and this program will have special action items that will make the passenger experience more enjoyable flying with Royal Jordanian. The other thing is that we are introducing a direct service to the touristic attractions of Jordan instead of transiting through points, and also for the businessmen, Jordanian businessmen, to have a direct service to Guangzhou. And you know, on the flight, on the inaugural flight when we came in, there were a number of businessmen. They told us this is the best thing that RJ did for the past few years, to establish a direct service between Jordan and Guangzhou because of the increasing volume of trade with Guangzhou. My colleague Mr. Atal would like to add something.
I would just like to add 2 points. You mentioned about the aircraft the other carriers have. We actually have one of the youngest fleets in the air. We are flying the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, which is a brand new plane to Guangzhou. And our other members of our fleet are also extremely young. Another very important point you talked about was the spa. We actually offer a stopover program for transit passengers called Zuwar, and within 45 minutes of landing, you can be at the biggest open air spa in the world, which is the Dead Sea.
She is asking, actually our colleague Sanah is asking, she's from Al-Ghad newspaper in Jordan, and she is asking about the cost of the new airplanes and what is the size of the total size of the fleet after the addition of the 3 787 Dreamliners that I mentioned, right?
Operation for the 787, actually 787 has lower operational cost in terms of fuel consumption. The type of aircraft that RJ used to operate in the past with regard to the 340. That's why with the new fleet structure or the new aircraft that joined RJ, Royal Jordanian, we can look to the route economics in a different situation. It makes it more feasible to fly to some destinations, the long-haul destinations. For the RJ fleet, currently we have 27 aircraft in RJ fleet. Even with the joining of the new 787, we still have 27 aircraft because the new aircrafts, the 2 787 that will join RJ will be replacing the 2 330 that we have. So during this year, 2 A330 will leave our fleet and we'll have a replacement of 2 787s. The new additional 787 in 2018, will be expansion for the RJ fleet. So we'll be having 28 aircraft. Currently today we have 27 aircraft in RJ fleet. In 2018 we will expand by 1 aircraft more for the long-haul fleet. Today we have 7 long-haul aircraft. In 2018 we'll have 8 long-haul aircraft. Okay. Of course, because it's a new aircraft, there is additional fixed cost in terms of the cost of the aircraft. But because you have lower operating cost for the 330 aircraft, still it's better economics to the airline, even with the higher fixed cost, because you have a lower operating cost.
With madam, my name is Philip, and my question is, as we know that currently there's no one member in the mainland China, and as one member of Royal Jordan, so do you have plans to cooperate with the local airlines to enlarge your Chinese network, such as co-sharing flight with some local airlines? Because we know the cafe in Hong Kong, you have the cafe as the partner, but in mainland China there's no one member. So do you co-sharing with some local airlines to enlarge your network? And the second one is just my interest, because I'm also an aviation fan. I just saw that in the past few years, the Royal Jordan have the A330 in an American role and 787 in the Asian road, but sometimes they just change the aircraft. So this is because the weather condition or just for the passenger demand. This is my personal interest only, so thank you.
Royal Jordanian has joined the One World Alliance in 2007. Of course, we have partner in Asia, in China, which is Cathay Pacific. But of course, we know that Cathay Pacific will not serve us out of Guangzhou. But in One World, they don't have any problem or any concerns related to us having any cooperation with other airlines other than the one in One World. So in RJ, we welcome any cooperation with any Chinese airlines out of Guangzhou, and we will start looking to establish actually cooperation with Chinese airlines that will serve actually expand our networks out of China or out of Guangzhou. With relation to your second question regarding why we use sometimes 787 and 330, actually our 787s are deployed to our USA routes, and because we have just 5 787s, so in the high season Royal Jordanian cannot operate the 787 on both the Asia routes and the USA routes. So in the low season, we can, this is because it's the low season, we operate 787 to Asia. In the high season, we'll go back to operate the Asia routes with A330 until the A330 will leave the fleet actually in September this year. Then all our operation to Asia and USA will be with 787.
Line will increase the tourist number between the two countries, China and Jordan, as well as the commercial exchange between them, especially from China to Jordan. Okay? The other part is, as you know, the situation in most of the Middle East countries is not safe and stable. So do you think the Royal Jordanian will be the only way or safe and a better way to travel with to the Middle East and the area? Thank you.
Okay, regarding your first question about the possibility of increasing tourism between the two countries, definitely yes. Because you know, tourists would like to have a comfortable mode of transport. They would like to go to a country, via another country, spend few hours in the airport before resuming their services to their final destination. So in fact, the direct service is offering a more comfortable option for tourists. And again, because Royal Jordanian is promoting Jordan as part of its mission, then wherever it goes, it will promote Jordan more and more, and at the same time, it will promote China in the Jordanian market, because we would like people of both countries to be exposed to each other's cultures and to visit each other, and it's part of the good relations that exist between Jordan and China. As for the second question, yes, we are situated in a region where surrounding countries are having political problems that actually enforced the position of Amman as a hub for everybody in the region. We are enjoying peaceful and quiet environment, and as I said before, many people from Syria, Iraq are taking Amman as the start of their journey, and in fact the population of Jordan has increased in the past 5 years tremendously, by more than 25%, because of the migration from surrounding countries, and that also improved the position of Amman as a hub for those people and as an important point to start their journey with. From our side, we have adopted since 2008 a strategy which concentrates on the 11th area. So we are the airline connecting the Levant area with the rest of the world. And this now has become a reality because Amman is simply the safest place for some of our neighbors to start their journey and to actually also to transport their merchandise to and from. Of course, not only tourism will be enhanced, also business will be enhanced. The operation of a big aircraft like the 787, which has a big cargo capacity, would also encourage people to use RJ for the transportation of their merchandise, whether it is imports or exports.
挺漫步的。那对于我们广州的市民乃至是中国的游客，为什么会选择在广州
？And Guangzhou is the second one in China. And compare, because Hong Kong is neighboring to Guangzhou, so compare with the cost and also the time consumption on the route. What do you think? Why like travelers from Chinese mainland would choose to take the direct flight from Guangzhou instead of Hong Kong?
Royal Jordanian operated to Hong Kong. Of course, we have our travel partner, Cathay Pacific, which can serve Royal Jordanian out of Hong Kong. So also, when RJ passengers reach Hong Kong, they are distributed to other destinations in Asia. For Guangzhou, part of RJ passengers come to maybe Hong Kong and come by land to Guangzhou. But it's a different market actually between the ones that we have to Hong Kong and the market we have to Guangzhou.
我来自那个旅游博客，旅游blogger， 暴走姐妹花 Lego Trip。
You are in cooperation with Jordanian Tourism Bureau. So we would love to know whether there's any promotional plan to be launched in South China.
With us in Guangzhou today, a team from the Jordan Tourism Board who are here to promote Jordan in southern China. As you know, Jordan is one of the famous tourism destinations in the Middle East. It's renowned for both its natural and man-made wonders. It's also known for its religious sites. And it always has been a center of civilizations throughout history. All the great civilizations of the world have passed through and left their marks on Jordan. So as we said, again, we're very proud to have a team from the Jordan Tourism Board with us here today who are meeting and exchanging information with their colleagues from southern China. So we look forward, hopefully, to seeing a lot of tourists coming to Jordan from southern China, and we hope you will all come as well, so we can welcome you and you can have a taste of the traditional Jordanian hospitality. Thank you.
Spontaneous translation, and I'm sorry if I talk too much before you translate it, but you have done a great job really in translation. Thank you so much. And as a token of appreciation, I would like to present to you a 787 aircraft. Not the real one. This one. But also, I'm not going to give you this one. No, I'll give you a brand new. So.
Thank you. Thank you. 非常感谢 Thank you so much. Thank you. And we can present to you each further interviews with a representative from Royal Jordanian. So please stay at the press conference and then we will arrange the interview. Thank you.
女士们、先生们，晚上好。Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. 我是今天的主持人，来自广东广播电视台的 Michelle. I'm Michelle from Guangdong Radio and Television. 很荣幸呢，今天能够跟大家一起共度皇家约旦航空广州首航的庆典仪式。I'm very honored to be here with you to celebrate the inaugural ceremony of the Royal in Jordan. On this very special day, we are together to celebrate the opening of the new route, and we have prepared a night full of exciting performances and the lucky draw. I do hope you will enjoy the performances we are ready to offer you. Now I would like to introduce some of the distinguished guests present tonight. 他们是 They are 皇家约旦航空首席商务官 Majidi Sabri 博士。Welcome the Chief Commercial Officer of Royal Jordanian, Dr. Majidi Sabri. Welcome. 联盟级机队网络规划总监 Basma Majali, Head of Fleet Network Planning and Alliances. Welcome. 市场销售总监 Anwar Atala, Head of Marketing and Sales. Welcome. 销售总代理及 IATA 事务高级经理 Mahmoud Al Azam, Senior Manager GSA and IATA Affairs. 媒体企业传讯及企业社会责任执行助理 Basal Kilami, Executive Assistant of Media and Cooperative Communication and CSR. Welcome. 好，接下来我们还有很多贵宾的名字要念及，非常感谢他们的到来。他们是媒体品牌传讯主管 Khadija Kaspitan, Supervisor of Media Production, Branding and Communication. 品牌顾问 Yusuf, Branding Consultant. Welcome. 市场销售主管 Azab, Supervisor of Marketing and Sales. Welcome. 媒体以及企业传讯及企业社会责任主管 Samad, Supervisor of Media and Cooperative Communication and CSR. Welcome. 运营主管 Lawai, Supervisor of Flight Operations. Welcome. 今天出席我们晚宴的一个中方的嘉宾代表还有广东省协会副秘书长李凡女士，欢迎 ，Welcome, Miss Li Fan from Guangdong Tourism Association. She's the Deputy Secretary General. 还有广州市旅游局副局长吴青松先生 ，Mr. 吴青松 from Guangzhou Tourism Bureau, Deputy Director General. Thank you so much. 影记的历史 ，Let's take a look at the video that.
so I have to speak in Arabic English. I left China in 1950, and that was 66 years ago. I moved to Hong Kong, and I visited many times Shanghai, Beijing, other parts of China, but Hong Kong is our base now. In spite of the long absence about my Cantonese or my Cantonese habits, I just want you to know that whenever I go home, this is a Cantonese habit, I always take off my shoes and ask for a pair of slippers, toe higher. This is a Cantonese way of relaxing. I speak Cantonese with my folks at home, and we have Cantonese food. But one exception, I did not marry a Cantonese. I saw a Shanghai girl. She was too pretty, so I cannot resist her, so I married her. Until this day. I just want to talk to you about two items, time and money. These two items are very important. Time. Royal Jordanian concluded agreement with the Chinese government as early back as 1992. But due to one reason or another, Royal Jordanian was not ready, and the Chinese outbound business also was not ready. So the thing kept on pushing back until yesterday. Now, Royal Jordanian has started operation to Hong Kong in 2008. It's 8 years ago. Right? Why Guangzhou now? I tell you the reason why. Oh yeah, here we are. Royal Jordanian did a lot of research. Now, this is the reason why. Now, Pearl River Delta is not a very big piece of territory. But within this area, you can see Hong Kong, which has a population of just under 8 million, and with a high GDP. So Hong Kong, it took us by train 40 minutes or half an hour on the express, we get to Shenzhen, a new city of 10+ million people. Then, further on, we pass Dongguan and we get to Guangzhou. I tell you, Guangzhou is so different from what it was 4 or 5 years ago. Now you look out of your hotel window, you see many, many tall buildings. And then 6 o'clock in the morning, you could hear the subway running. The subway really helped the city to expand. But I cannot fail to mention this town, the Baiyuan International Airport. It is even bigger than the one in Chatrapo, Hong Kong. Yeah? So now it may be something just appeared on the map. Huh? What are the significances? Huh? Now, the land area of Pearl River Delta is about 56,000 square kilometers, about only the size of Ireland. But can you compare the productivity of Ireland with this? Turkey. I'm not comparing China with Turkey. I'm not comparing the province of Guangzhou with Turkey. I'm just comparing a small piece of territory, and it's already, the GDP is already the size of Turkey. So you can understand why Royal Jordanian decided on Guangzhou. They did a lot of research and study, and that's why they're here now. Nowadays, we don't want to compete for traffic to London or Paris or Belgium. We want to avoid those places. Just concentrate on the antiquities, something that you will never forget if you were to go there. Now, Guangzhou is here to serve you. This is where the money comes in. If you were to package tours, they are new destinations in Jordan that your tour group members will remember for the rest of their lives. Now, may I introduce to you Dr. Mashi Sabri, the Chief Commercial Officer of Royal Jordanian.
Thank you, Duncan. I'm really speechless after hearing a visionary leader and business partner like Duncan Au. Our relationship with Duncan Au goes back 42 years ago when we became partners in this part of the world. And we worked hand in hand to succeed in this area, and Duncan, through his network, was always supportive of Royal Jordanian. So thank you very much, Duncan, for your wisdom and for your support. It is really an honor and a pleasure for me and my colleagues to be here in Guangzhou, a place where we long to visit, and we are so proud to be visiting Guangzhou on the first flight of Royal Jordanian. This appeared to us like a golden opportunity when we did preliminary studies, but it turned out to be a treasure for us and for you as well, because our people would come to Guangzhou, are coming already, but they will come this time with a direct flight, and your people will be able also to come and visit Jordan and experience first the hospitality of the Jordanians on the flight, and then the hospitality of the Jordanians wherever they go in Jordan. They are most welcome. China, in many ways, is a role model for us in productivity, in leadership, in decent foreign policy. We always expect strengthening relations between the two nations. I know that there have been contacts on a very high level. His Majesty King Abdullah Hussein visited China last September, and a number of memoranda were signed.
Let's welcome the Guangzhou team of Royal Jordanian to the stage.